Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's talk FPL though. Who are the best 15 players right now to put in your squad? Well, this is going to be my Gameweek 18 wildcard team. Now, whether you're on wildcard or not, this video is hopefully going to be of high use to you. So look, let's whiz through a 15-man wildcard team, and if you've still got the chip, you've got to use it either now or next game week ahead of game week 19, so after the Boxing Day fixtures. So 15-man squad, let's get started. Guys, if you want to hit that like and subscribe button nice and early, that'd be amazing. 25k for Christmas on the channel for subs. So thank you so much for your support, and let's get me there if I'm not already as you watch this. Okay, where do we start? When I make a wildcard, I always start with the premiums. But before I do that, it's a default setting. We all do it. I start with goalkeepers. So look, let's drop in the goalkeepers nice and early. Before we do, this is based on a budget that is... It's my team budget, right? So this could work for 102, 103, 104 million. We're going to go off current player values though. And then I'm going to leave one midfielder at the end. And then based on your value, you can get to this team, okay? Based on your team value. So goalkeepers, Fabianski is 4 million. He's currently a number one. You're silly not to have him in, right? Fabianski is the perfect backup keeper. But alongside him, I'm going to go Alisson. Liverpool are likely to have a double game week round the corner in game week 24-5. If they do, you're going to want 3 Liverpool in place. This was a bit of a coin toss between Alisson and Raya. They've dropped in value this year. At 5.4 million, get a premium goalkeeper because they're not that much more expensive. So Alisson is in. Liverpool's defensive data has been the best this season, better than Arsenal's. The fixtures are also better than Arsenal's. So it's a bit of a coin toss, but Alisson makes it in, right? So we're going to go Alisson and Fabianski. Then we're going to go and put some premiums in this team. So if we're talking premium players, we're going to start with 2 defenders. Gabriel, I don't think we need to discuss him. He comes with goal threat. It covers you for Arsenal. And he's worth the money. But next to him, another player that's absolutely worth the money is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, we haven't seen clean sheets in the last couple, but we have seen assists start coming in. He had 2 shots on target last time out. He looks really good, and the entry point would be Leicester and then West Ham. Trent is flying. Like he's gonna have a big score very soon. So Trent and Gabriel, easy picks for me on wildcard. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comments. Really keen to see what sort of makeup you're going for at the back. But I'm going 3 cheapos that all rotate and 2 premiums. So we'll get to those cheapos later, but let's just continue with the premiums. And yeah, it's the premiums that don't actually need much discussion. We're going to go Salah. Let's not even talk about Salah. We're going to go Cole Palmer. I don't think we need to talk about Cole Palmer, especially knowing Saka is injured with Shorten and Haaland's out of form. If you're not going Haaland and you don't have Saka, then Palmer is a no-brainer too, right? So Palmer and Salah are in this team. And then up front, we're going to put Isak in alongside Nicholas Jackson. So these are the 2 sort of form strikers in the league at the minute. If we look at the budget forwards, they've not been delivering. We look at Haaland, Watkins, not delivering. Well, Isak is flying. 47 points in the last 4 is quite frankly disturbing, knowing I don't own him. Disappointing. And Nicholas Jackson, yes, he blanked against Everton. He's getting the chances, and Chelsea's fixtures are so good. So I think the double attack of Palmer and Jackson is absolutely fine. So Palmer, Jackson, Isak is an exciting little trio there. And Isak and Jackson don't cost a bank, like 8.9, 8.3. I'm very happy with those 2 picks. So the premiums, it's Alisson in goal. This is the core of the team, right? Gabriel and Trent, Salah and Palmer, Jackson and Isak. Now it's a sprinkling of who are the budget guys around them. But we've got some interesting picks still, which I'm looking forward to give it sort of sell into you a little bit more, because I don't think many of these need selling. Maybe you could argue Nicholas Jackson's a bit of a bold one for some, knowing I've got Isak as well, but the vast majority of you will like this template. It might be that it's not Jackson or it's not Alisson, but I think the core is there for many. Perhaps some of you won't see the value in a Trent. I certainly do. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, by the way, do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, got a little bit of a Christmas surprise. Yeah. It's time to give out some gifts, right? Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, all that. I give away a £100 voucher every week to an Amazon voucher. Next week, right, I'm giving away a PS5. I've already done it twice this season. It's my 3rd PS5. If you don't want the PS5, it's an Amazon voucher for the same value, about £350, right? So all you got to do is download the Sleeper app. It's on screen. It takes seconds to download. Scan the QR code. It's free. And then you play my predictor game. You join my predictor league. It's called Pick'em. You pick the outcome of the 10 Premier League games of that round. And each week, in Game Week 18, it'll be a £100 voucher. In 19, it'll be a PS5. You win prizes. One of you lot. So get scanning and downloading. And thank you for joining. Come and chat with me in Sleeper. You're going to love the app for sure. This is no crypto, no gambling, no catch. It's all free and you're going to love it. Let's continue with the front line and put John Duran in. I'm going to put John Duran in because he's so cheap. Evan Nilsson, João Pedro, Raul Jimenez, they're not doing it for us. Well, John Duran is 5.8 and he started the last couple of games and he scored. Now, John Duran, of course, is a bad game away from being dropped. But I just think if you get Brighton and Leicester at home in 19 and 20, if you get John Duran starting in those, and if he keeps scoring, he's going to continue to start, the ceiling's quite high for him. And at 5.8, you can take the risk. So this is my risky pick, but John Duran at 5.8 might just be worth it. So John Duran is going to go in, and then we're going to go Morgan Rogers, because I think he's been the best budget midfielder in the game. So Morgan Rogers alongside Palmer and Salah, you get the same fixtures, Brighton and Leicester. He's just had a 14-pointer. He had an 8-pointer a couple of weeks ago. Yes, you'll get a load of twos, but he's 5.1 million. Like, he's so cheap. What is he, 5.2, 5.3? So Morgan Rogers, definitely the budget midfielder of choice. Look, Semenyo's good, Smith Rowe's been good, Iwobi's been good, Enzo Fernandez Ion's been good, Amad Diallo is brilliant and he's also in this team. So we're going to put Amad and Morgan Rogers as two budget mids. Amad's United's best attacker. I don't see him getting dropped. If he's not in the front three, he's at wing back. And even at wing back, he's a very good own. In the last few weeks, big points. He's had an 11-pointer since Amarim's been there. He's had a 5-pointer. He's had a 13-pointer. He is delivering. And Bruno Fernandes has been amazing. But I think Amad, really worth your consideration, guys, because he's so much cheaper than Bruno. You save 3 million. Yeah, you don't get penalties, but you get the same minutes and you get similar attacking output when you go by the numbers. So Amad is in with Rodgers. We're going to leave this midfield. The fifth midfield spot could be anyone from like a 6 million option to an 8-9 million option. I'm going to give you a few names depending on your budget, right? So we're going to get to that in just a second. But before we get to that last midfield position, which is a bit of fun, let's continue with that defence, because one defence, I don't know why, but no one owns. I did a poll the other day, like 20% of you have owned a Nottingham Forest defender this season. Milenkovic is 4.6. Nottingham Forest, one of the best defences in the league. They've just kept a clean sheet at Brentford. That is a hard thing to do. Yes, the fixtures aren't amazing. Spurs, Everton, Wolves, Liverpool, Southampton. But they'll keep 2 clean sheets in the next 5, I reckon. And Milenkovic has the second highest expected goals in the league so far this season from all defenders. Only Munoz has more. He's got a higher XG, I think, than Gabriel, or certainly did last week when I checked. So Milenkovic, I was in the Scout members area just doing a deep dive. I expected Gabriel top of the charts. I think he was third. So Milenkovic to cover Forest is a great shout. Now, when you've got Gabriel and Trent, you're often playing a back three. You don't need a set and forget third defender when there's so many good cheap guys that you can rotate. So Milenkovic, and then I've got 2 other cheap guys. A lot of the time I think it'll be Milenkovic in there, but if not, Mykolenko. He's got dreadful fixtures. He's just played Arsenal, just played Chelsea. Got 2 clean sheets. I think it was two 7-pointers. Before that, an 11-pointer. He's keeping cleans. He's getting bonus points. He's always on our bench. He's like really cheap. Mykolenko, because Sean Dyche is going to Dyche, and we know, especially if this is a long-term hold towards the end of the season, we're going to get loads of clean sheets from Mykolenko and Everton. So he's in there. He'll be on my bench most weeks, alongside Castagna, who is 4.2 million. Castagna is normally a non-event. Well, not this week or not for the next 8 weeks, because Tete, the right back at Fulham, is out. If you're on wildcard and you're looking for an enabler, go no further than Timothy Castagna. Even if he's your 4th or 5th defender, at 4.2, he's someone that plays every week. When he plays Ipswich at home in 3 weeks' time, I back him for a clean sheet. He then plays Leicester in 5 weeks' time. I back him for a clean sheet. Timothy Castagna is a really legit option as your 4th or 5th. Or if you want to go really budget, you could even play him as your 3rd defender, right? So rather than waste it on a 4.0 or a 4.1, who is like an Ipswich defender or a defender from a team going down, you get Castagna upside and clean sheets. He just got one last time out. Then this fifth midfielder. We have to get to it because this is the bit where the midfielder we can have a little bit of fun with. And again, this is so dependent on your budget and your team value. And I must stress that. So we could drop in a variety of players here. If you can stretch to it, let's drop Phil Foden in. How does this look with Phil Foden? Pretty good, right? That is a strong front eight. At some point, Man City's fixtures are going to turn around. Sorry, not fixtures, form. Like, they're going to start scoring goals, winning games. Foden looks the brightest spark. We could go really safe. We could go Bruno. I like Bruno very much. Bruno could be in this team. 8.5. Can you stretch there? Maybe not. If it's not Bruno, you can't afford him, then maybe you go to, I don't know, you go really risky, Diogo Jota. How does Diogo Jota look in this team? All right. You're worried about minutes, but if he starts versus Leicester, he could absolutely bang. And let's just end on one other option. Anthony Gordon. 7.2. You've got Isak already, but if you think Newcastle are going to keep firing, I don't hate it. So these are some midfield options based on your budget and your appetite for it. Guys, it's Christmas. If you want to hit that like button, do. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you want to drop a comment, do, and I'll get back to you in comments as well. I will be doing a deadline stream on Boxing Day, so you know where I'm going with my team. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for your support all year. Take care, have a good day, and bye-bye.